Well, it's really windy, I'm full of cold, so I've decided to spend some time in the Polytunnel. Being absolutely full of cold this week, my thoughts were, if it's raining, I'm going to be inside the Polytunnel looking after myself so that I wasn't going to get wet. However, it is dry, but it's so windy, so being in the Polytunnel may not necessarily be the best place when it's like this, because stuff has been thrown all over the place on the plot. However, I do need to be in here because I have literally abandoned this place for about 3-4 weeks. I haven't watered in here, so I was assuming everything would be dead, and certainly that is true for my cucumbers and my melons, although there are still some cucumbers on here that I have just harvested. However, the tomatoes are looking pretty good, and there are still quite a few fruits coming up. There's some little early stages here and there that I can see of possible blight, but I'm thinking it may actually just be where it's getting cold in here at night and it's just turning. So the actual stalks themselves aren't black, but some of the leaves seem to have that little mottled look of them. So I'm actually going to leave the tomatoes a little bit longer because they seem to be liking it, and I don't know how, but they are still going for it and going quite strong. However, this needs to come down, as well as the melons, and actually by doing that it means there's another one. It's a little one, but it's an odd one, and it does mean that it's going to give me some more growing space to get some stuff started for overwintering. So it is definitely time to get the cucumbers and the melons out of my tunnel. So now that I have actually cleared this bed for my cucumbers and also my melons as well, what I've had to do is replenish it. Now, this is for two reasons. The first one is the soil in here has sort of been spent because it has been used for growing crops, but also because this area in my plot actually does suffer from flooding. So I have these raised beds in here and I'm topping them up just to give it that height to try to avoid any problems. So I have already sown in my unheated greenhouse some of my chard. Now I do have chard outside, it's looking really good. However, as we go into the winter months with that ice and that frost, they're not going to be particularly happy. So I am just going to, with my dibber, look at the roots on this, just dib some holes and just plant these out as I would anything else. Now, because these will get quite big, I am going to space them out nice and wide so that they have some room to actually grow in. Now, what I do have, because I still have my tomatillos, I still have my tomatoes in here and some aubergines as well, is it also means I have quite a lot of slugs. So what I'm going to do is I am on these just going to put propagator lids on. Now, these propagator lids are not for heat, this is to try and keep those slugs off them, because they find these nice little tender seedlings, they are going to go for it. So I'm going to leave the vents open because I don't want them to get too warm, and so I'm just trying to protect them. So I will save my sowing of some seeds until maybe 2 weeks time, when all these tomatoes are really done and they're going to come out for the other beds. In the meantime, once this is done, I'm going to get myself home and make some really good, nutritious, healthy tomato soup, because that's going to really help me to keep going.